authentic frontier gibberish.
It's mind-boggling to you, yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my
The Bad Boys!
If I can be serious for a minute.
Punch some people in the face.
Copulating with wild women.
Might need to tone it down just.
Tone down what?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because we are class.
I don't even know who you are.
And you are trash.
Mid!
What a week it has been in professional wrestling and the lives of us. And who are we? We're your hosts. I'm Boris. And here's Jay. Hutch,
I am
whatever.
channeling my inner Paul Heyman this week. Paul Heyman came out on Raw and I was all like, bro, I didn't know we were hanging out this week together. You like, what the hell? Like, we're feeling it. We're all feeling it. I feel like both my eyes are bloodshot, though. I don't know how he got away with just one, lucky bastard.
Been quite the week. It's been quite the week, to say the least. But here we are, chatting all things pro wrestling on KPHR, Hamilton, and on YouTube's at Hutch Henry's. We're going to be chatting all things pro wrestling, some AEW Revolution, some SmackDown things that apparently pissed off Hutch, and we're going to be chatting Raw and so much more over the next hour here on KPHR and on YouTube. Hutch, where do we even start with things?
I forgot about the SmackDown thing. Like, well, I didn't forget about it, but I forgot that I was going to talk about it. I don't know. Am I ready to get that hyped yet? Because I want to get angry. Should we talk about positive things?
If we
start the cycle,
the energy
we would start it
going.
Keep it go. What energy? I started like this. We don't have the energy yet.
Well, the anger.
Okay. I'm willing to, as a steadfast comic book fan, I'm willing to go chronologically. No retcons. Let's start at SmackDown. Because I mean, when did the last time we did this? It was like Wednesday. All right. Did you watch SmackDown, Boris?
Yes, I did.
You did. Did you watch SmackDown? I watched SmackDown for the first time in a long time. I watched I watch SmackDown all the time. Sorry. For the first time I watched SmackDown live in a long time.
Ooh, you did a big mistake.
Yes, I was editing, I was doing some stuff, and of course it's 3 hours now. I think last time I watched it live it was 2 hours. And I remember thinking like, hey, that was okay. Of course, I catch up sometimes immediately, sometimes right after the show's done, within like the hour, I'm watching it, right? Sometimes even as it's on the air, I'm watching it because you can just fast forward.
Yep.
But this time, as the quantum universe presented itself to me, I was like, you know what? I don't want to edit this short anymore. I'm annoyed. My back's, I'm going to stand up. What time is it? It's 8:00 on the dot on a Friday. You know what? I'll put on some Netflix. Did a little bit of stretching. I made myself a tea. Watch me some SmackDown. Now, I'm trying to recall. SmackDown, if I recall, started with Drew McIntyre. That's right. Drew McIntyre's upset. He's talking about Cody Rhodes and getting screwed out of the title because Cody's the new champion. And he wants a rematch at WrestleMania because Cody's going to be fighting Roman Reigns. He's fighting Randy. Yes. Cody, title, me, segment, Adam Pearce. Then there's something happens. Matches. It's all a fog of insanity in wrestling, especially after Revolution. It's just like, it reads you down.
It's a lot. It was a lot. It's been a lot.
AEW beat the wrestling out of me. I'm like, oh yeah, SmackDown. So then there's some wrestling, and then I think there's Sami Zayn backstage with Cody. Cody, you are the champion. You just won the championship. Championship. WrestleMania. Me, Sami, interaction, anger, water bottles, bang. Cody, champion. There's also promos, right? Let's not forget that we're back in the saddle again, right? There's WrestleMania, Cody, WrestleMania. And I noticed it's 1 hour and 26 minutes into this show when it comes back from one of the gratuitous Netflix.
What he's explaining, people are starting to post online more, but unless you're in the States, where you get to watch SmackDown on the USA Network, here in the international version, we get these beautiful commercial breaks. Typically, Raw doesn't have these because they know, and they're putting a lot of emphasis on Raw, and they do stuff in the arena that's international exclusive. But for SmackDown, we don't get that typically. Sometimes we'll get the match overrun through the commercial, but there's no promos, no nothing like that on SmackDown, which we got this wonderful monotone song in our ears for 4 minutes.
Elevator music with like wrestlers in slow-mo doing their poses, and it's, different languages, like, hey, regresamos, and like, we'll be back soon, and Kel Teal, and the Ule Bibliotech, and all that stuff. All right. Ad nauseum. Then like Kofi Kingston. Okay. All right. So we've established all of this. All right, guys. Sorry that's taken so long. We've established Cody. We've established everything. We have had long. And finally it comes back. And I noticed the movement on the screen that it's not a slow-mo superstar in their underwear, like looking at me like this. The Miz. Like, I need to see that 8 times in like a 3-minute span. So there's movement on the screen suddenly, and I look over, and it's a chyron across the screen that says, "Did you know?" And I'm like, it's like a Matt Hardy version 1, like factoid coming at me. And I'm like, oh, what's this? There we go, Joe. Is ear bleeding? Makes your ear bleed? It makes me want to go to sleep. Anyways, we're coming to the end here. We're coming to the rage. We're coming to the JD from NY part of this segment here, where did you know? And I'm like, oh, what's this factoid going to be? Is it going to be about ticket sales? It's going to be something like mundane, but like half interesting, maybe about Las Vegas or something, hey, capital of freaking Schmucktown, hey, the most potatoes sold, whatever. But did you know? And I'm like, I look at the screen, and it says on the screen, did you know Cody Rhodes is the WWE champion in his 3rd reign, and he's going to defend the title at WrestleMania? And I freaking, this very table here, I kicked this table, I stood up, I paused it, and I was just like, I shook in rage. I shook in rage at the like condescending enrage. What did I say something wrong? Is this the time to fuck with me, Boris? You want me to start swearing? Okay, beep. The condescending, childish, like insanity. Like, I understand Netflix, everybody's like making dinner and they're doing stuff. And like, I've heard through the grapevine, I work in film. So yeah, I know this. Writers, they redundantly repeat things because people aren't paying attention, right? We're all just automatons. But I mean, like, did you know, Boris? Did you know we're back in the saddle again, buddy? Woo! Like, I could not believe it. The rage I felt went on for like 40 minutes. Like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, what am I doing with my freaking life? These people. Like, I like wrestling. All right? I like this stuff. It's pretty good. Okay? Revolution pushed me all the way in the opposite direction. Like, I'm going to need you to tell me what happened at Revolution. And it's going to come back like a fever dream. You're going to be like, well, first match was this. And I'll be like, oh, yeah, okay. And I'll be able to talk about it. But if you ask me now, all I remember is like, Ronda Rousey, and like all I remember is the returns.
Yep.
So many returns. It's like your child who wants freaking cotton candy for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And one day you're like, you know what? Spin up the machine, baby. You're going to get what you want. And by the end of the day, your child, he's not as hyper as you think. He's literally done. He can't think straight. He's like walking into the wall, like, and like, he's gone. It went farther than you thought. You're like, oh, I thought he was just going to get hyper and pass out and like get a tummy ache. No, man. He's like transcending dimensions. Okay. It's like Doctor Who. You're like walking to his bedroom. You're like, huh? Steven, what's going on? And it's like, you're like, what's going on around here? Okay. SmackDown drove me insane. That, like, I didn't watch it. I didn't even watch. I looked at some highlights. Like, something happened, right? Like, there was like Randy was on the phone with someone and we're supposed to care. Like, I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
I got a Hook shirt. I want to be in the ops.
There we go.
Look at
you.
All right. That went better than I thought.
Yes.
It's been
I wasn't sure what to expect.
It's been a few days. Like, I need water. I'm dry mouthed from rage. Okay, we're good.
But what did you think of the Drew McIntyre stuff? Quits in the start of the show, comes back by the end because he's not done yet.
Yeah, because we didn't know that was going to happen. I don't know. Like, at least when he quit, it was so, I don't know. Like, and like, other things I want to be upset about is like at IWC people who's upset about booking that like just makes perfect sense. I'm like, what? Everything makes sense. Why is everybody so upset? But yeah, like I can't take it. And like the commercials, like for you people that don't realize we get the music thing I was talking about, we still get the Danhausen t-shirt segments and stuff. Like if there's anything happening, interacting with the crowd, like if Grayson Waller comes out with Kofi Kingston and they talk about like Cracker Barrel or whatever, I know that's AEW, but whatever they do, we get that. It's just when you guys are getting McDonald's commercials, we get Bianca Belair spinning her ponytail, looking at us, going like in slow-mo. So yeah.
Yep.
All right, we move on. Boris, begin the barrage. Hit me with what was Revolution. Because by the end of this, I didn't stay up for the main event. I saw Terry. I in a haze. I remember Terry Funk was there, and I thought he was dead. And I just remember passing out. And I'm just like, wow, oh, that must have been a good show. There was a lot of returns, but they're returning from the dead. And in the morning, I realized what happened. But yes, hit me with it.
All right. Let's start AEW Revolution 2026 live from Los Angeles at the Crypto.com arena or whatever it's called this week. We got the Infantry versus Boom and Doom. That, you know what? A lot of people want to hate on this. A lot of people want to love this. It's on the pre-show. It was a thing. Boom and Doom won. Let's move on.
I guess this is the opposite of like people. We get the Dent promos. People get commercials. Like I don't get these Walmart guys. Like I never see them. The only time they're in my existence at all is on AEW. So when like a small, like rotund, like New Jersey, like Italian kid, like spears somebody, like I'm in. I'm just like, what is this that's happening? Is that like, is this Lucha? Is that a mini Brock Lesnar? Oh no, that's an Instagram dude. Oh, that's the Boom Doom guys. Okay. Like it's fun.
Yeah. Can be for some, right?
Yes. What are you doing? What are you typing?
I'm typing something. All right. Next up was Willow Nightingale versus Lena Cross for the TBS Championship match. Okay, so I'm going to tell you this. This match was illogical. The reason why it was illogical was at this point, I'm like, doesn't Willow Nightingale have another match later?
Yeah, like they were putting over that she had 2 matches. It would have been more logical for them to lose their tag titles later and then be like, hey, you know, like I'd be like, now I want a shot of your other title on Dynamite. And then like she can roll her up there. It was just a roll up anyways. It's not like it was a dominant win where she like exhausted herself. Lena did well, but Lena didn't like beat the living hell out of her. It wasn't like a squash, you know, like, I don't know, like a squash where the champ still wins, like a roll, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. It was okay. It was okay. If I recall, like she worked the arm, like it was kind of standard stuff. I got to, this was the first time I could see Lena Cross work. I remember the only thing I said out loud during the match was like, oh, you know what? I'll take 2 of those. And I was just like, oh, Lena Cross, eh? You know what? Utah, get me 2. You know, like
there we go.
Some Point Break action. Like, yeah, like, dude, and then while during the matches on, they're like, yeah, she used to model, she used to this and that. And I'm like, I'm sure she did. She looks fine and dandy, and she sure as hell looks great beside Megan Bain. Poor Penelope Ford. Blah. Poor Penelope Ford. Not only the injuries, but like it's gonna be tough to be like, yeah, okay, sorry, Lena, I need Penelope back. Like that. Those gals look great together. And Lena Cross, she's doing some great Kevin Nash action. Like, you know, she can kick me in the face. Good stuff.
Yep. All right. Then that took us into the 20-man Blackjack Battle Royal for the AEW National Championship.
You know, it was good stuff. I kind of like, you know, if I know people that are like big time AEW can do no wrong, and all the things where like a traditional person, like a Jim Cornette might be like, well, why, you know, changing the title in a battle royal? Was this even a battle royal? It was like a gauntlet battle. There's like 3 guys in there at a time, but it's around the ring. You're supposed to all be in the ring, and you throw each other. What the hell? Like, okay. But then the people that are really big AEW fans, dude, they're going to be like, this was awesome. This was different. Like, you know, every title changes in a singles match, you know, like Ricochet, you know, he lost his title to Jack and now he can have his feud with Jack. And like, you know, it was great, I guess, to a degree. They started outside the ring. It was very much like almost like a multi-man match rather than a battle royal.
Yep.
They almost could have made it like more gauntlet style or like, I don't know. if they're going to do stuff like this, it should kind of like, maybe they could have like a rule where it's like, a 21-man battle royal, and like, what's an odd number? Like a 7, right? Unlucky 7 or something like that. Like the deadly 7, like gauntlet, right? And like, there's 21 people, but only 7 can legally be in the ring at a time. And there's like 8 referees, and they're like keeping everybody out. And like, as soon as someone gets thrown out over the top rope, maybe it's not an elimination, but you're like, it's like, and then who scrambles in? And it's like, no, Hook got in first. No, sorry, Joe, you can't. Oh, now then. And if you get pinned or submitted or thrown over the top, like, elimination should be easy, right? So over the top rope, pin, submission. You can like pile on for pins, right? One guy's down, 5 guys pile on him. Pin, right? So we're switching guys in and out fast. But you want a concept like, let's make the way they're doing this battle royal part of the rules. Like a battle royal should be like you're in the ring, and I know you can go through the middle and under the rope and all that stuff. And like an AEW fan would that's what they would be arguing. They'd be like, no, this is great. They went out they're taking a break. They're conserving their energy. They went out through the middle. Okay, there's all your excuses, but let's make it part of the rules, because this is a far cry from like WrestleMania 2 Battle Royal with all the football players. That's a lot of beef.
Yes.
I'm just saying, if it's going to be under the same subcategory of Battle Royal, I guess, but let's give it a name, the Iron 7-star traditional college roommates, old sandwich, match, whatever. Go on, next.
There you go. But regardless, at the end of the day, Jack Perry wins the AEW National Championship in LA. Nice full circle moment for him.
I feel like every time they show his family, they look a little less enthused. Like the first time they were on camera, they were like jumping and kissing him and like hugging him. And they were like raising their arms too. And then the next time they're like, yeah. Now they're all just like, kind of like, yeah. The sister was like, oh, you smell, you're sweaty. Oh, thanks. Yeah, he's like, new title.
Right. I kind of thought the same, but regardless, Jack Perry wins. Cool little moment for him. And like you said, now the natural feud with Ricochet can begin. You are listening to A+ Wrestling here on KPHR Hamilton and on YouTube at Hutch Henry. Just remember that we do go live every single week.
We try to, at least.
We try to. By God, we've been doing good, considering the world doesn't want us to.
It's hard to imagine, like, I had problems, and then you're like, okay, you got your problems done, we're late. Okay, let's start. And then you're like, okay, I have problems.
Yep.
Okay, I'll be waiting.
Yep. All right. And this leads us to the main card. Very good match to start things off for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. FTR, your champions, versus the Young Bucks.
Yeah, man, going into this, like, once again, AEW, you're like, okay, who might win? It's probably going to be FTR. Rumors of a Cope return. Oh, they've been doing this for so long. Bam. Is this the best match they ever had? Like, pretty damn good.
Between the 4 of them? I think so. I honestly think this was my favorite. Maybe it was just because it was the latest one and I haven't seen the other ones in a long time, but there was always something that kind of overshadowed the other matches. This one, I kind of feel like they just went at it and they had fun and it was a good match.
Yeah, man. A few years from now, someone will do like the matches, right? The Bucks versus FTR deep dive omnibus, and like, you know what? I think in the end run, like this final match was like their best match. Like these guys are all big fans of like the indie scene, but also Japanese wrestling. It's not King Road style, but I think they have that kind of mentality. Like they always try and build on stuff. They try to hit reversals on reversals, and they try to build and build and build. And AEW, unfortunately, does it in a very Reseda fashion as opposed to a strong style fashion. But I feel like underneath it all, it's that very similar mentality. You know what I mean? They all started from that same tape trading community fandom. So,
yeah, that's exactly it. And that's the beauty of this, right? And I think that overall it was well executed. Really enjoyed this match in the grand scheme of things. FTR win, but the highlight is to the returning Cope and Christian.
Put it on the screen, boys. Ding. It's gonna like number 1 come up here. Number 1 for the night. Number 1. Number 1. It's number 1.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
Like I'm sorry, Marshall, like whatever. That show, Number Wang. Those guys. Trying to remember the name of the show now. Something and something. Wow. Call him and
you're right there, buddy.
Yeah, Marshall and something, right? Dang it.
So yeah, I guess this is now leading. Is this going to be the feud that leads us into October, when is the rumored retirement for Cope here in Toronto?
I don't see why not. He can come out and do his intense cope like promos. They can take on an undercard team of guys that they like in the back, but that have no chance of winning. They can. I'm assuming that what the real.
Oh, you are muted right now. Please don't get mad, but you are muted right now. Here we go. Check your tabs. Check everything. Hutch, yeah. I'm sure it's going to be a good point. But yeah, I think that this is going to be the program that we're going to be getting for essentially on and off from now until October. It only makes sense. They've kind of been building this for a few months. So for me, I do think that we're going to be seeing Cope and Christian versus FTR at that October pay-per-view here in Toronto. Hutch is still gone for now. And he's actually gone. But regardless, I'm going to be continuing here on KPHR and at Hutch Henry's on YouTube. The next match was a match that I questioned last week whether it should even be on a pay-per-view. And well, I guess by the end of the match we understood why it was, but the match itself, in my opinion, was just not that good. Are you back?
Ooh, I'm on this side now.
There we go. Back to our regular sides. Back to our regular scheduled program. All right. I know it does. We're talking about Timeless Tony Storm.
Oh, you're talking about her? All right. Sorry.
Yeah, we're talking about Timeless Tony Storm versus Marina Shafir. Remember last week when I wasn't sure whether this match should be on the pay-per-view? As I mentioned just now, I know now why it was, but it really wasn't that good of a match. Probably Tony Storm's worst match in her AEW run.
Yeah, like Marina Shafir's not that great. In fact, I saw like a weird like little promo segment thing with her where she was not in character and it was just her. And I was like, oh, who's that soft-spoken pretty lady? And I like reminded it. I was like, it seems like it's Marina Shafir, but whoever she is sure looks like her. And then I was like, oh my God, it's Marina Shafir. Like, she sure does a good job of pretending to be like this, like scary, like whatever she's doing. It's an act. So it's great. So I just thought she was like that. And I was like, Roddy, bro, like, how are you? You going home with that shit every night? She's like, she's like drag you by your hair. And you're like, yes, dear. But like, no, she seems a lot more soft spoken, but she's not a very good wrestler. And this was not a good match. No. And like, nobody wants to see Ronda Rousey. But I think it's going to be a much better fit for her. Ronda Rousey is going to like be able to relax. It's not going to like, I think we might even change our opinion on her. You never know. But I don't think anybody wants to see Ronda Rousey. Like we all kind of think she's a dick, but that's great. Maybe she'll get heat. You know, who better to tag with than Marina Shafir? And both of them to be like, that's right. F you guys. Oh, you don't want to see us? Oh, you don't like it? Yeah, like so.
Yeah.
That'd be great. But hey, before we move on, Cage and Cope are going to win the titles like soon, bro. Because if they're going to retire in October, Tony Khan's going to want to at least have them have the title. They're going to have like average is like 7 weeks, man. They're going to need to like defend against some schmucks, you know, Dark Order. You know, you got to get freaking Johnny Hungy in there. They got to have some, and then the retirement, right? So, and then he can have a tournament. If they retire with the titles, he can have a tournament. He's probably like, oh, he's salivating at the idea of a tournament. He's like, oh, God. Please.
Yeah, I could see that. I could honestly see that at this point. Why not? Right?
Why not? Yes, I'm here.
Why not? All right.
I was like, this.
Right,
I was actually thinking about my microphone. I'm like, I gotta figure this out, man.
All right. The next match was a no time limit AEW Continental Championship match. Jon Moxley, your champion, versus Takeshita. Jon Moxley wins this match. This match was okay. I didn't really need the no time limit in the title. No, but it happened.
I love me some Takeshita. So, and I'm often looking forward to his matches. And I was looking forward to this match. Probably it was like one of my top matches. And it didn't keep my interest. I remember like I kept like looking away and getting distracted. It was very easy to get distracted. And then upon returning, I was all like, oh, should I rewind? I'm all, no, wait, it's fine. I'll just watch where I'm at. Like it didn't engage me. And then it was over. And like, I don't know.
Okay.
Mox is still champ. Yeah.
This now is what are we looking at? 3 out of the 4 matches on the main card where the match wasn't even the highlight of the segment. It was the return. Because after this match, Jon Moxley wins. And guess who cuts a weird Weapon X like promo, and then actually comes out. That's Will Ospreay.
Yeah.
So again, like, what was the point of the match? Just for the return? You could have done that at Dynamite. I don't know. Like, this is what really, like, it kind of bothered me at this point when your first 4 matches had 3 returns.
Yeah, it was all in the first hour and a half, all the returns too. Yeah, the hour and a half point in both shows now. This is where we've had enough. Only with Revolution, you got another 4 hours. Yeah, like freaking, I don't know. I like me some Billy Goat. I think more than concentrating on like, did we need another return? Like it's like the inmates are in charge of the asylum. It's like they're like, well, I could return at Revolution. He's like, sure, no problem. People keep talking about the returns and then not mentioning there's another one too, right? But then there's also Omega technically returned from injury, even though he was here like 6-7 weeks ago. But
yeah,
there's like 4 other returns, and those are the ones people keep focusing on. But I'm like, there's another one, and I was like, well, technically Kenny too. Unless that is the 4th, but I don't think so. But anyways, the juxtaposition now is like, that's the wrong word. The Death Riders are kind of heels. People like Claudio, people like Moxley because he's like basically getting babyface reactions now from everybody, while everybody else gets booed. Claudio gets some cheers, but not as much as Moxley. Like if he's with Wheeler, it's tough not to boo him. But Claudio and him get a lot of cheers, but it's like basically Moxley is a face in this heel faction, and now like the Ultimate Face is coming back to challenge him. And as this like a Moxley kind of like, hey, I've changed my ways a bit, but now I've got to pay for the sins of the past still. And and of course since he's Moxley, he's like, I'm gonna stand up to that challenge. Yeah, self-reflection. Let's talk to the camera in an alleyway or in a stairwell. So yeah, I don't know. I'm confused by it all.
Yeah. I feel the same way, honestly. All right, this leads us into the next match, which was the Babes of Wrath versus Megan, Bane, and Lena Cross.
Yes. This is where my delirium kicked in. I don't remember much, but I like what I see, man. Like these 2 gals look great coming out together. Like standing beside each other, coming down to the ring. They deserve the win. I like it. I want Willow to keep having some good title matches that she deserves for TBS. Harley Cameron's had her moment in the spotlight, but she's had, freaking, she hasn't had that many matches, man. I think she's under 100 matches in her life, so let's keep her going for her without a belt on for a while. Thanks.
Exactly. But there we go. We get new AEW Tag Team Champions Megan Bane and Lena Cross. Once again, the previous match shouldn't have even been in this card if this is what you wanted to do. Or so many different ways that you could have done this. I don't know, but not a great match. But the right people won, in my opinion. This leads us into Swerve Strickland versus Brody King. I actually like this match quite a bit.
Yeah? Tell me why.
Because it was fun. It was entertaining. It's always good to see Brody King in a pay-per-view. It's always good to see a heel Swerve Strickland. I think I like him more as a heel. It's just that I don't know. He's got this demeanor with him that I really enjoy when he's a heel. Weird reffing here. I know it's up to the ref's discretion, but there was a lot of times that both men could have been disqualified. Typical AEW complaint. But it's a small thing sometimes. But it was a pretty damn good match, and you sometimes forget how much bigger Swerve Strickland is ever since he returned. Like, he's not Brody King size, but he is. He's looking tough, to say the least.
Yeah, like he might basically be my favorite wrestler right now. And like I don't judge favorite wrestlers on like the criteria that I think I would. Not what other people do or what they think it should be. Like even I if you're like, hey, what makes your favorite wrestler? And you're all like, these are all the reasons. And it's not that I get the most excited to see him. It's not that I think he has the best matches or the best moves or like that he looks at. It's just like this weird, like total combination of everything where it's all like, yeah, man, I ain't missing that. Swerve Strickland. It's like you're weirdly excited to see him, but also proud of him, and like it's like everything, I had this feeling once with Dustin Rhodes, and he became like my favorite wrestler for a while, and it's like kind of stuck around for like a long time, and now like he's like, I love Dustin Rhodes, and you can tell me all the reasons why he sucks, or if he's old now, or like about the past, or about the now, whatever. He'll always be there for me. And I think Swerve Strickland he's in the briefcase. Like if I take down like the freaking Darth Vader figure and I open it up and I'll put him in there with my figures and close it. You know what I'm talking? Remember those old Darth Vaders? You put your figures in. Like one of those. He's gonna go in there now. And I think right now when I see him, like he might be my favorite wrestler.
Yeah, honestly, Swerve Strickland is one of the few guys that, regardless of what's happening, as when he shows up on TV, you know what I do? I put my phone down and I pay attention.
Yeah,
that's how I honestly gauge wrestling at this point in my life.
Yeah, like I can't remember what match we were talking about. I'm like, well, I got distracted and came back, and then I was like, oh, I'll just keep watching. And it was Takeshita and Moxley or whatever. Like, and then there's some matches where I'll go back and let me rewind it. I walked out of the room or I got distracted. Swerve Strickland is like, shh. I'll be there in a minute. I don't leave the room. I don't interact with the person or the phone call or the text and then rewind and or continue. I ignore it. So you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. It was good. Yeah. It was good. Good stuff. Swerve Strickland. Just let's give him all the titles at this point.
Give him the flowers. Matt Hardy, where you at with your flowers, pal? Swerve Strickland needs some of them.
Yep. But at the end of the match, yet another return. Kenny Omega is back and chases a Swerve Strickland away.
Yeah, fun stuff. Like, are we done with Brody and Swerve? Is there going to be rematch?
I guess
going straight into Omega. Okay, I like that they're keeping it up with Brody. I like, it's kind of like maybe it is like action figures or whatever. But I like that Tony Khan likes Brody King right now, and he's doing it.
Yeah.
Like you can tell that he likes Bandito. Just the fact that Bandito can hack it is one of the best. Timing, footwork, output. You put the spotlight on him, rises to the occasion. Like all the check marks you want to give, he's got them all. But I feel like above all that, Tony Khan's like, he's my boy. That's my boy. Let's do it. And I feel like Brody King's in that position, and Tony Khan's like, don't worry, I got you. You're my boy. Let's do this.
Yeah, I think so too. This leads us into the next match, which is for the AEW Women's World Championship. 2 out of 3 falls. Tekla, your champion, versus Chris Statlander. Tekla is still your champion after this one. Hutch, 2 out of 3 falls. We've had a few debates on this one. What you think of this one?
I didn't like that they did the fall like really close to the beginning of the match. Like I hate that stuff.
Yeah.
Man. But
I hate that.
Like unless it's like, I don't know, quick roll up, like somebody like there's certain people that could sell it. Like I feel like 2010 Edge could really sell it. Like, oh, you got to roll up on me, and you'd be like, your arrogance cost you, or Miz, or something like that. This didn't need to happen. But I feel like is the rumors. Let's not talk about the match. Let's talk about the rumors. Is Stat leaving AEW? Have you caught any of these rumors?
No. I know Anna Jay's contract is up, but I think Statlander's there for a little longer. I'm not
it
sure.
Would make sense. She seems like she's a Chikara gal. She seems like she's there. Those are her people, right?
Yeah,
she's making
exactly.
Money. I get it. It's weird, but the rumors are there. The rumors are there, man. And that's like getting the title off of her and like really getting Tekla over and like little weird things. If you take a look at some of the weird things.
It's a Mariah May type of thing, right?
Yeah. So, but I also don't think Stat would do well there. Like, unless they really give her the spotlight, like she would have.
I don't think so, man.
Like I feel like the X crowd might be like, she's like, obviously she's a beautiful woman and obviously she's extremely athletic. She doesn't fit the general mold. Like we're all still a little Vince McMahon shell shocked. And I'm just like, I put over Bayley as being the one who people mention the less when it comes to the women's revolution. And I think she had more than one like demon to slay. She had to slay the body positivity demon and the like overly bubbly positive character demon, and she had all these and I feel like Statlander might have similar things too to deal with, because she's not traditional, but she's also not like she's not like Willow where you're like, yeah, like that's like,
but
I don't know, it's weird.
Look at the NXT women's roster alone, right? Like there's
There's also a lot of gals there too, right? But like, dude, women's wrestling, that's all there is now. It's like women's match after women's match after women's. But I'm amazed, and like they're winning me over too. I want to see them now. There was a period of time where I was kind of like, man, this is getting a bit much. But now I'm like, now I like my medicine.
Yep.
I'll take 2. Utah.
So
I'll take 2
and
leaner crosses.
So to continue your theory here, right? Tekla Spears and Stomp Statlander twice. It was a very definitive victory for Tekla. Which one of two things are going to happen?
Of the title picture, Mrs. Grand Slam. Like, has
yes,
she got
exactly.
the tag title? Like, I don't know. But yeah, like, no, she hasn't. But like, she could be going for that, I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. Next match was for the AEW World Trios Championship. The Don Callis families, Okada, Fletcher, and Mark Davies versus Mystico and Jet Speed's Kevin Knight and Speedball Mike Bailey.
Consensus was people were like surprised. They're not going to take it off the Don Callis family so fast. But I smelt this a mile away. This was like, no. We got to get these belts. Like, we got to get this belt off Hangman. And then Jet Speed needs to keep doing their thing. Who are we gonna get in there? Mystico. Okay, great. Let's do that. Like this is all this was for. But poor Mark Davis.
Yeah, the Don Callis family is essentially right now at the boiling point. They are going to break up sooner rather than later, or at least kick people out. I don't know what's gonna happen, but for that to happen, they needed to lose these belts, and a couple other things need to happen. But the Don Callis family is essentially ready to blow up.
Okay, I don't know. How do I like? I'm trying to say something that's not too insulting. I don't know what universe you're living in, pal, but the Don Callis family will never die. It will be a continually growing, changing, evolving beast. It will be like the blob from Akira. It just eats things around it and then shits out other things. And this guy leaves and that guy comes. It will be ever growing and shifting and changing for all time. Unless Don Callis is going to suddenly be like, no, I don't want a paycheck and I don't want to be the center of attention. I don't think that's ever going to happen. So I think it's going to be around forever. And it kind of should be. Like, it's almost an extension of his personality. Like, this is Don Callis, right? You think he's going to give up or go away or like not like, no, man. Like, that's how I feel. I don't mean to be like so confrontational.
No.
We're friends, right?
No.
Okay. Because in case, did you know that Cody Rhodes is the WWE champion and is their ring on the So yeah.
There we go. No, but I'm like I said, I think this current version of the Don Callis version, maybe you didn't hear that part, my old friend. This current version, I think with the whole Okada, Takeshita, I don't know. It's at a boiling point with some of these guys, but I think there might be some changes in the Don Callis family. And like you said, for that, they needed to lose these belts. And again, why not put the title on Mystico and Jet Speed? They just signed Mystico to a new contract. Why not? Right?
Let's do it, man. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, exactly. All right, and this leads us to a next match, which, yeah, it was Andrade El Idolo versus Bandito. The LA crowds. Very interesting crowd for the night. Not the best, not the worst. Loudest chant of the night was probably for Andrade El Idolo. Take your pants off. Take your pants off. God bless you, LA.
Mm-hmm.
My hometown, by the way.
It's like Okada's jealous. He's like, that used to be my chant.
Yeah.
Right. If Andrade's smart, he's gonna get himself a pair of tearaways, and he's gonna get that pop. Like,
what's his face from New Japan?
Yeah, like Okada, right? That was the Okada thing.
No.
Right. Oh, Tai Chi. That's right. Tai Chi. That's like permanent gimmick. You're right. But
yeah,
no, Okada. What I mean is the Okada surprise. Where,
I know.
Yeah, where one day out of nowhere he's just like, psh, and everybody's like, oh. That's what
I remember. It's after he lost the title and he had the red balloon and he was sad Okada, and then he had the pants.
Yeah, and everybody was like, they were yelling, take your pants off, but they were yelling something about like pants, like they didn't like the pants, right? They wanted the bike shorts back, the hot pants. So like, so Andrade should debut it Okada fashion. Like, what are you talking about? Well, no, what are you talking about? And then like, oh, psych, look, but then he can go Tai Chi with it and like do it every match, right? Because of course we need to overkill shit. That's what wrestling is.
Yeah. That's exactly.
By the way, did you know that we're back in the saddle again?
Oh my gosh. This has been fantastic.
WrestleMania is in Las Vegas this year, eh? Did you know?
Yes.
Okay.
And did you know that Cody Rhodes is a champion and he's going to be defending it?
At WrestleMania, it's his third reign. It's WrestleMania.
Andrade Idolo wins this match.
Yeah, like why wasn't it for the ROH title? Like, what's going on here? Like, come on, man.
Right?
Do we need to like go onto Reddit, go into the lineal championship r/lineal title and be like, well, Andrade is now officially the lineal, like ROH. Stop treating me like a child. We all know Andrade is the ROH champion. All right, sorry. Let's go.
I love it. Keep that energy. Keep that energy.
I'm trying to keep this energy, even though it's a 5-hour show. We're at the main event now, right? I would now technically be even in the space-time continuum where this is not actually Sunday right now. I'm still the only person in the world with enough energy for this goddamn match.
It's not the main event. Yeah, one more match before the main event. That's perfect timing. That was a perfect little spiel. Because the next match was Roderick Strong, Orange Cassidy, and Darby Allin versus the Dogs.
All right, now talk about a goddamn match that didn't need to be on the freaking show. This match, okay? I love me some dogs. Like, I love each of these guys individually, and now that they're all here, I'm like, yay. And then did they lose? They lost, right? I can't even, this is the point where I thought Terry Funk was on the card. Yeah. So I don't really remember what was happening.
Cassidy and Allin beat the Dogs.
And you know it's got to be really, I have to be really tired and delirious to not pay attention to a Roddy Strong match. I'm like dying gray into my beard to be more like Roddy Strong.
There we go.
Yeah.
Be looking.
Yeah, like I overdid it here a little bit. But I was like, this is kind of, I was like, honey, do I look like Roderick Strong? She's like, fuck. Yes. Yes, you do. Like, she's just sick of it.
Okay. My biggest beef with this, second biggest beef with this match, apart from the fact that why is this on the pay-per-view, is you introduce the Dogs as this kick-ass group that came from Japan, and you make them lose in their first match. Why?
Dude, Gabe Kidd should be like their Oba Femi. Like, he should just be coming out. Or no, you know what? More accurately, he should be their Jacob Fatu. He should be coming out and fucking like woofing and snarling and twitching and just like beating the living crap out of people. And then when anybody tries to talk reason into him, he just like channels his inner like freaking soccer thug. And it's just like, like give us full on like rural UK badass pub crawling soccer thug. Insert swear word here. Shit. Oh wait, that is do it. Let's do it. Like, what is wrong with these people? He should be destroying everybody in like an uncontrollable rage to the point that Clark, like David Finlay should be like, I knew I shouldn't have come here. Like, it should be insane. Like, they're missing the boat.
You know what? I don't understand Hutch with AEW sometimes. Sometimes, like, I think Clark Connors is a perfect example of this. He wasn't signed. He's a badass. He's kicking ass. He's tough. He's strong. He's getting put over like a man. Now he signs and you lose your first match and you look like a goof. You look like a nerd.
Dude, there's a 12-minute YouTube video right there, like the pen to paper syndrome of AEW. Like, what is going on here? You're absolutely right. And I bet you could look and find that is the scenario for a good chunk of people.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And this finally, Hutch, finally, on KPHR Hamilton and at Hutch Henry's on YouTube, leads us into the main event.
This is why I thought there was 5 returns. Terry, I'm telling you.
I know.
Like, I was out of it.
MJF versus Hangman Adam Page, Texas death match for the AEW Men's World Championship. And just remember, if Hangman loses, he cannot challenge for the title ever again. And guess what? MJF wins. That means Hangman can never challenge for the AEW title ever again.
Well, it was self-imposed. It wasn't pen to paper. They've made that clear, right? So it's like, can he betray his own self? I'm sure there's something there for him. I'm trying to remember how I thought about this. And I was all like, all right, how can they salvage this? And I thought about it for a few minutes and I was like, okay, this is how they can do it. Like the way that I came up with the Downhausen thing where I was all like, oh, he can just be like, there, Finn, inside you, curse, right? Like I came up with something like that where I was like, oh, wow, that would work. And now I can't remember what it was. But I remember thinking like, if he goes this way with it, he doesn't have to win the title for a long time. And it could be like, they need to get to the point where they're asking him, please, Hangman, Like, he needs to get better. Like, remember, this is the guy who saved AEW from, I'm taking the title from you. His goal has always been the title for self-validation. He's never had any other titles except for like tag titles and trios titles. He's never had any other singles title, if I recall. Like, yeah, that's his thing, right? Even from his first appearance, wild card match, straight into the Jericho title match, there was debate as to whether or not Jericho is just going to be like a figurehead, one defense kind of champ, especially before we didn't know how they were going to book. And we knew that they were like Japanese, like that's not uncommon in Japanese wrestling. So we're like, okay, like could Hangman be the guy? And I tell you, in those Sinclair ROH days and those Bullet Cup days with Marty Scurll and the stuff, like, dude, I was a big Hangman fan then. Like, and with like the Matt Hardy Kingdom, where he was like the young boy with freaking Matt Cole or Adam Cole and whatnot. He was really literally there, like wet behind the ears, and they were like introducing him. And they're like, Adam Page, and he came out. I remember being like, oh, who's this fun kid? Good looking kid. And I liked him. Like, his fucking footwork was great. His in-ring work was great. Like, when he hits the ropes and like runs and like he had thick legs, and I was like, man, I really like this kid. And now he talks too much for my liking. But dude, his whole thing is like, he went straight to the top. He's always been the golden boy, He's always been the Shawn Michaels, California, Tennessee, blue-eyed fucking cowboy, blue-eyed cowboy, the whole 9 yards. Like, and he's always been like over emotional, the pain of like needing the title and self-validation and revenge. And like, he's always takes it too far, He's like, he's that friend where you like say, hey man, like, you think maybe next time you could like pick the thing up so I don't have to? And then like 3 hours later or 3 days later, they're like, whoa, you were screaming at me about picking the thing up? And I'm like, no, I just said next time, can you pick the thing up? And I'm like, hey, it wasn't like that. Like, he's just over emotional about everything and like replays it in his head. And like, he's that guy. So what's he going to do without the title? And I was thinking like, can these other, like, there's a storyline of like, pittance, Kevin Nash pittance, like, oh, international title, what a pittance, it's not my thing. Like, maybe, but that's just more depression. It needs to get to some point where like it's like sitting in the shadows, and it's like come in and they're like, what is please, so like, Hangman, you have to save us. Crow Sting. Yeah, it's almost like they did the whole Moxley thing too early. Like, he's the one who beat Moxley and was like, we're going to save AEW from this thing where they put the title in a case, and this isn't your Tony Schiavone, this isn't your AEW anymore. Like, all the potential of what the Death Riders could have been, and we're going to change wrestling, and Hangman's going to finally save the company from them, or save the company from Punk. Like, I guess they need to get there again, where they're like, hey, we know you're not supposed to challenge for the title anymore, but it's kind of self-imposed, and Tony says it's cool, and like, bro, please, Obi-Wan, you're our only hope. Of this. You're our only hope. I thought my mic went out again. Oh, like, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're our only hope. That kind of thing.
This is going to end with a Tony Khan TV appearance, isn't it? In about a year and a half.
Hey, great. Hey, guys, I got a great idea. It's great. Hey, everybody. Ichi, Ban, Na, Sa. No Inoki fans here? God damn it. All right. Anyways, what's wrong with you guys? Inoki? Ichiban, Shanda, come on. The sound guy couldn't even get Suzuki's music the first time. And I mean, like, these, sorry, dude. It's like a niche inside a niche inside a niche. I mean, I know what you're talking about, bro, but I ain't telling nobody. God damn it. It's like that scene from True Romance where he's all like, yeah, exactly. And he's like, God damn, if I did, I sure as hell wouldn't tell nobody. And Samuel L. Jackson is like, I eat the butt, I eat every moment thing. What are you talking about? You know what scene I'm talking about? True Romance? No?
Yeah. All right. I know exactly what you're talking about. But overall, pretty good match. Weird. Like I say, I know that they're gonna find a way. I'm sure that they would have found a way for Cody at some point. They're going to find a way for Hangman Adam Page. My big takeaway is that this is going to lead to a Tony Khan TV appearance in about 18 months. And I'm dreading it already.
All right, so who's taking the title from Terry Funk? I guess, is it Ospreay? Ospreay deals with Moxley.
I think Ospreay.
But, like, isn't he going to take the Continental title from Ospreay? Like, this isn't the ROH title. You can't just go beating the guy and not taking his title, can you?
Says who? It's AEW, where the big boys play, or where the best wrestle.
Guys, listen, guys. We don't have to take the title from him. you could just beat him, and then you can go. Oh, I don't want your title because I want MJF's title. Yeah, that's perfect.
Mickey Mouse book.
Yeah, I realized like Mickey Mouse, Tony Khan amalgamation. Like I'm thinking like the Mickey Mouse from South Park, but mixed with Tony Khan, and like so he's like hugging guys and like crying and stuff. But then every once in a while he'd be like, "Don't talk to me like that," and you're like, "Brody King, get him, Brody," and be like, "Hey," and he's like, "Sorry, Garcia, I like you, but the boss says," and then you don't see Daniel Garcia on TV for like 3 weeks. Right?
Oh, this is real compelling radio, my friend. Here on KPHR Hamilton. Absolutely love it. AEW Revolution. That's how it concluded. Overall, what did you think of the show?
It was a lot, man. It was a lot.
Honestly.
Dude, there was blood all the time. I don't need a syringe through the mouth. Like,
is it becoming too, I don't even want to say formulaic, but predictable what you're going to see in an AEW pay-per-view? Let's start. We should have a drinking game. What we should do is we should go live one AEW pay-per-view. I don't even think we have the voices for it. The endurance in our voice for a 10-hour show like that. But I feel like we should have a drinking game, like a board, and like syringe through the mouth, blood, gimmick match. What else is there? Return, WWE signing.
Returns, bro. Yeah, we'd be drunk by the end of the night with a return. I don't know. You know, I could go for. I like what they did with Brody King, though. I like a guy winning an eliminator match and then going to face the champ. Like that doesn't happen very often. I like the concept of eliminator matches. I like that they did it so long that we're like, okay, this is the thing now. You know, like Tony Khan, go ahead, shape wrestling, do your thing. You're rich. Like, can't like, I'd do it if I was rich. Like I'm doing whatever I want. You know. But what I wouldn't want is what they did here. Do you remember what the whole thing I said? Hey, you just tell me what match is next, and then it'll all come back to me like a fever dream. That's what it is. Like I can tell you everything, every detail of what I was mad about SmackDown. It only took me a second to be like, okay, how did this start? Okay, yeah, it was Drew, and he's like, it was Cody, right? More Cody, blah blah. This is like too much of a good thing, man. It's like the cotton candy analogy I was making. It's too much that I can't remember. It's really it's too bad. Like these guys are killing themselves.
Okay.
I can't remember any of it, man. It's just like
you brought up the perfect point. We don't remember it. So nothing stands out on Monday morning.
Yeah, it really doesn't, you know, and like I don't want it to be that way. Like I have this one YouTube guy I like, and this kid is such an AEW mark. I mean, like he'll start a video almost panting, and he's like, you know, they've proven it again. AEW, WWE, like just cannot compete. AEW has like taken it to the next level. Like they do pay-per-view. Like WWE is just, it's sad. Like he's such an AEW mark, and I love watching him because like I get to see all of the things that someone that is completely blind loves all of it. And I'm like, okay, like man, this thing I didn't even think about that. Like that was just a thing. I didn't even think about it. It just happened to him. He's like, look at that. Amazing. He loves it all so much that I get to see it all through eyes that I don't have. So I like it.
You know what? I have for the longest time, I never listened to or watched other YouTubers or whatever, right? Or podcasts. I don't want their views stuck in my brain. But I guess I'm old enough now where I just don't give a shit, a poop. And you know what? It's always interesting to watch, watching it from other people's point of view. Because like you said, you pick things up that you may not have. And like, are we just old now? Are we just old and angry?
You know, it's why why the world is in the state that it's in. It's why, like, it's, you know, honestly, it's why racism and police brutality and all this stuff is such a thing. You know, we all thought racism was dead in the 90s, never even thought twice about it anymore, you know, but like it gets clicks. That's why bum fights was the first thing they had to like outlaw on the internet. Cause you're like, it's not because you're a sick, depraved bastard. It's because you're like, what, a cop attacks black couple and like no, there's no way. And you click on it and you're like, oh, gee, and you're watching it, right? It's like, this is what this all is. Like, it's pulling you in and you want to click on it. Like, that's why I watch this kid. Cause like, if there's somebody's doing a YouTube review that I agree with, if the title is all like, you know, AEW Revolution, like a little bit good show, but too much, like whatever the title is, if it's something I agree with, I probably don't click on that guy. I don't watch a lot of reviewers, but this kid, I always see his titles and it's all like greatest pay-per-view of all time. They've done it again. And I'm like, really? Click. You think that? Click. And so then like 15 minutes later, I'm all like, I disagree with you, but I like your passion. And if I was you, I'd probably think the way you do. You know, I'm very Gemini. So like I can see other people's points of view. And by the time I'm done this kid's video, I'm like, all right. I can be a little less tight ass about these 3 or 4 things because obviously you enjoyed it so much. So obviously Tony Khan is booking the way that people like. He's obviously providing something that your contingency likes. So who am I to say that sucks? Because Tony Khan is getting the feedback from you and being like, hey, let's do it again. These guys all liked it. But then I don't always agree with them with everything, you know?
Just like we say that WWE doesn't book for the IWC, right?
Yes. You know, but I also think when I see WWE do things, I know they're booking from the corporate boardroom and those things make sense.
Yes,
you know, like
exactly.
We'll quickly get onto Raw because we got 6 minutes left. Here, let me spearhead this, okay? Freaking, because we only got 6 minutes, so I'll hit you with it.
Okay.
Paul Heyman.
Are we gonna bring up the same thing? Go ahead. I'll let you do it. Go ahead, my friend. You've had a rough day. I'll let you.
Paul Heyman looked amazing. Talking about commitment, the guy's amazing. All right. FA and your hateful little promo, like awesome, right? I don't mind the ninjas and everything. I love the swerve, the Obafemi swerve. Like as soon as he's coming out, Brock Lesnar, boom, all this stuff. All right, this is it, right? He's gonna take on Seth. Boom, Oba in there. Okay. I'm ready to go back to the beginning of anger. I'll get straight to all the good anger stuff. First of all, Obafemi was not crying, you morons. This happens sometimes. Okay. It was just like moisture. He wasn't crying in happiness. But anyways, I love it. Putting him over. I don't think he's going to put him over at Mania because I don't think Brock's ready to retire. He said he doesn't want to lose till he retires, but still, you know, go a program all the way to SummerSlam. But this is great. New star. Here's what I'm really mad about. Everybody thinks that Cody and Randy is like, they're like, man, they finally pulled the trigger. This is great. They're so invested in this suddenly. People are saying that it should be night 2 because, you know, CM Punk and Roman are kind of losing it now. And this promo this week was a bit lame and just calling him old. And like, they're starting to lose it. And like this Cody and Randy thing is so hot. Well, this is where I might agree with you, Boris. Maybe I am old. I think everybody's completely stupid or like not stupid. That's too aggressive. I disagree. Okay. Cody and Randy, it was obvious. Okay, like we were looking for something different. He's going to go back to like 2009, explosive internet IED or whatever it is, explosive disorder, Viper Randy beating up Cody. I don't think it's that enthralling. What else were they going to do? If they're going to have this feud, you've got to have the heel face dynamic, and they're going to have a match, and it's great. There's a lot of history there, more than just legacy, and they can build on it all. Fine. I don't think it's that enthralling. Everybody's all like, oh, that's amazing. So I'm hearing so much positive about this. And I'm hearing so much negative about the recent promo, how it's the worst of the promos so far. The promo with the Usos was even better. And all he did was call him old and have him react. And he punched him in the face. Like, that's lame. Some people are saying he should have made fun of Larry instead. Like, he's got a fresh Larry tattoo. It obviously means that he should have made fun of Larry. They're like, it's kind of like his family. Same thing as his grandfather. It's like, everybody's such an idiot. Like, this was great. He didn't make fun of him being old. He was all like, Punk was saying, I live in your head. You see, look, I'm in your head. I'm in your head. And then Roman was like, I haven't even watched it back. I'm hoping that this is right. Tell me if I'm wrong. But he basically was like, you're not in my head. I don't think about you. You're nothing. You know, like this reign was like an accident. Like all of this. It's the Punk experiment. Like, fine, it's fine. Okay. Papa, like, you're nothing, man. Like, you're old. You know, and it's like, Punk is at the thing that he's been so worried about. He's finally there. Like he's at the peak of from the moment he walked through the AEW curtain to now, he's at the peak right now. He looks the healthiest. He's fucking even mentioned how great his hair looked. I'm the champ. I'm doing everything. I'm here. My show, WrestleMania main event. Like it's all happening. And even at that point, Roman's like, I don't even think about you, you know? And then on top of it all, the thing that Punk really worries about in the back of his head is that he's old, that he gets blown up, that he's barely making it through, that this might be his last chance, that maybe he was gone too long. Did he burn his bridges? That's why he's at Roman's like, yeah, of course you're at every freaking show and every tour and everything. You're worried about FAO, whatever it is, like LMFAO, like I'm going to miss out. Like, what is it? YOLO. There we go.
LMFAO.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay,
YOLO.
whatever it is. YOLO. Like I'm like, you're gonna miss out. And Punk's thinking, like, can I do it? Can I do it? Like, have I missed my window? That's he didn't just call him old. He called him out in one word of all of his own personal insecurities, while at the same time saying you've battled them all and you've gotten to the peak, and isn't it great to be alive on a Monday night? Like look at you in your element. You're still nothing to me. You're still, guess what? You're still fucking old. And he's just like, F you, bam, you know? That was the thing. And everybody's like, that was kind of lame. And I'm like, no, it wasn't, man. It was everything that he's fucking been saying in the back of his head and won't admit to himself the whole time. And he hit it with him in one word. I think it was great.
My one thing.
Yeah, you can talk.
My one word, my one issue is that it's all promos. It's all been promos, and they've been fine. I enjoyed this one too, but I want more than just promos for the next few weeks. That's my one minor complaint. And with that said, Hutch, it is time for us to call it a week here on A+ Wrestling on KPHR Hamilton and at Hutch Henry's on the YouTubes. Hutch, where can we find all your beautiful, beautiful work?
At Hutch Henry's online, at Demand Lucha. Got a couple new channels popping up, but do the research, find it yourself. I'll start promoing them soon. We're still getting them in order, but if you're really that big a fan, go find him. I don't know what to say. Hey, I mean, like, dude, tag team, like, I know we got to go, but I don't know what's going on. Like, it's going to be, you know, the Vision going after the tag titles. What happened? I thought, like, isn't Truth and Damien, didn't they just win a gauntlet to get tag title shots that they haven't gotten yet? Like, are we looking at multi-man matches here? No Asuka and EO, that's going to be like a multi-tag team. Like, we're going to have a bunch of, like, just like WrestleMania 2000. We're going to have like 2 multi-man format tag titles for like that. Both tag titles and the women's title. That's what's going to be. Anyways, all right, let's wrap it up. Tranquilo.
Wasn't WrestleMania 2000 like there were no one-on-one matches or something like that?
Well, I each, like, there was 2 tag titles back then, and I think there was 2 4-way tag title matches, and the champions came out on both of them winning.
Yeah. Tons to talk about. We'll be back next week because there's a lot of things on Raw that happened. Possible Dominic Mysterio concussion protocol injury from the AAA show last weekend. That's why Dragon Lee took over against Penta. Yes?
I don't know, exclusive bonus edition. I don't know what's going on down in AAA. Like, there's issues. Like Vikingo, like Kaiser was saying that he's been attacking his injuries, attacking his neck. He's like, I'm telling you, I got a neck issue. And you're like, you go after my neck on purpose. Hey, watch it. Bam, he'll hit his neck again. He hit him with a chair. He's like, this is on tours and on TV things. Throwing the chair at Dom, sandbagging moves, like really making him look bad.
Kaiser.
And then
look at what happened with Kaiser. Kaiser, I never saw Kaiser almost flip out that once, right?
Like, Vikingo supposedly has a lot of there is like attitude in the back. Like, even though there's a lot of love for Calloway and Undertaker, there's a lot of people not happy that there's such an American influence. And like as somebody that deals with a lot of Mexicans specifically, they're a different breed. They have a kind of a different way of like seeing things and how they operate. And like, I can totally see this is like classic kind of like pushing your boundaries and seeing, like, I'm not surprised at all. I'm surprised because I think they should know better. But from what I know of how long I've been working with Mexicans now, specifically in wrestling, this kind of doesn't surprise me. And Escobar
being a Latino, I will leave you with this. When they see their checks, they will change their attitude for them there. Anyways, thank you so much for listening here on KPHR Hamilton and on at Hutch Henry's on YouTube, A+ Productions, where you can go for all of the news. Just go to your favorite podcasting app, search for A+ Wrestling, hit that subscribe, leave a review. Thank you so much for listening, but most importantly, stay tranquilo.